escape. Your cynicism is duly noted. Cynicism? That, no doubt, is a greater crime than heresy. But you see, I'm not really a cynic. I'm just an observer and commentator. I saw true nobility in Paul as he fled into the desert with his pregnant mother. Of course, she was a great asset as well as a burden. The flaw in you historians is that you'll never leave well enough alone. You see true nobility in the holy Muad'Dib, but you must append a cynical footnote. It's no wonder that the Bene Gesserit also denounce you. You priests do well to make common cause with the Bene Gesserit sisterhood. They too survive by concealing what they do. But they cannot conceal the fact that the Lady Jessica was a Bene Gesserit-trained adept. You know she trained her son in the sisterhood's ways. My crime was to discuss this as a phenomenon, to expound upon their mental arts and their genetic program. You don't want attention called to the fact that Muad'Dib was the sisterhood's hoped-for captive messiah, that he was their Kwisatz Haderach before he was your prophet. If I had any doubts about your death sentence, you have dispelled them. I can only die once. There are deaths, and there are deaths. Beware lest you make a martyr of me. I do not think Muad'Dib... Tell me, does Muad'Dib know what you do in these dungeons? We do not trouble the Holy Family with trivia. And for this, Paul Atreides fought his way to a niche among the Fremen. For this, he learned to control and ride the sandworm. It was a mistake to answer your questions. But I will keep my promise to preserve your words. Will you really? Then listen to me carefully, you Fremen degenerate. You priest with no god except yourself. You have much to answer for. It was a Fremen ritual which gave Paul his first massive dose of melange, thereby opening him to visions of his futures. It was a Fremen ritual by which that same melange awakened the unborn Aaliyah in the Lady Jessica's womb. Have you considered what it meant for Aaliyah to be born into this universe fully cognitive, possessed of all her mother's memories and knowledge? No rape could be more terrifying. Without the sacred melange, Muad'Dib would not have become leader of all Fremen. Without her holy experience, Aaliyah would not be Aaliyah. Without your blind Fremen cruelty, you would not be a priest. I know you, Fremen. You think Muad'Dib is yours because he mated with Cheney, because he adopted Fremen customs. But he was an Atreides first, and he was trained by a Bene Gesserit adept. He possessed disciplines totally unknown to you. You thought he brought you new organization and a new mission. He promised to transform your desert planet into a water-rich paradise. And while he dazzled you with such visions, he took your virginity. Such heresy does not change the fact that the ecological transformation of Dune proceeds apace. And I committed the heresy of tracing the roots of that transformation, of exploring the consequences. That battle out there on the plains of Arrakis may have taught the universe that Fremen could defeat Imperial Sardaukar, but what else did it teach? When the stellar empire of the Carino family became a Fremen empire under Muad'Dib, what else did the empire become? Your jihad only took 12 years, but what a lesson it taught. Now, the Empire understands the sham of Muad'Dib's marriage to the Princess Irulan. You dare accuse Muad'Dib of sham?